What if the very thing that feels like it's knocking you over is actually what can move you forward? Today, we're talking about how change isn't the enemy and how the winds of life can carry us to new possibilities if we learn to harness them.
Welcome to the Live Right Now podcast with me, Allan. This is where mindfulness meets everyday life. Thanks for joining me for this reflection on living with intention. Let's talk about how we can live right now.
Hello, beautiful souls. It's Allan, and welcome to Live Right Now. If you've ever had the ground shift suddenly beneath you, maybe after losing a job, a relationship, or a sense of stability, you know how disorienting it can be. One moment everything feels steady, and the next, you're standing in the wind trying to find your balance again. I've been there recently, and I've learned something about what it means to live right now, especially when right now isn't where you planned to be. Not long ago, more than 20 of us at my workplace lost our jobs. You've probably heard me talk about this. Different departments, different stories, but the same stunned silence when the news came. That quiet moment when reality sets in and you start to ask, what now? You realize how much of your daily rhythm, the people, the projects, the purpose, suddenly disappears. You go from doing to wondering, and then in that same week, government workers and contractors began facing layoffs or delays during the shutdown. Thousands of families in that same uneasy space, waiting, worrying, wondering when the next paycheck will come. Different ships, same storm. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, when the winds of change blow, some build walls while others build windmills. I love that image because it reminds me that change itself isn't the enemy. Change is the wind. It can knock us down, yeah, but it can also move us forward. We can't always choose when it comes, but we can choose how we respond. Walls, they're about protection, staying safe, holding on to what was. And sometimes that's okay. We all need shelter when that first gust hits. But windmills take that same force, that same unpredictable energy, and turn it into power. That's the invitation of change, not to resist it, but to transform it. When the wind picks up in our lives, whether it's a lost job, an unexpected move, or a personal loss, it's natural to want to brace against it, but what if that very wind carries the energy to move us somewhere new? Maybe change doesn't take your direction. Maybe it offers you one. So how do we build windmills in real life? Maybe it starts with a small shift. Instead of saying, why me? Try asking, what now? Instead of clinging to what's gone, look for what's growing in its place. And when you can't see the next step, just focus on one mindful breath, because even that is motion. When the wind blows, grounding ourselves in gratitude can help us stay upright. Gratitude for what remains, gratitude for who stands beside us, gratitude for the fact that the wind means we're still alive, still moving, still capable of change. If you're in a season of uncertainty right now, please know you're not alone. The ground may have shifted, but that doesn't mean the foundation is gone. Together, we can steady each other. One conversation, one act of kindness, one mindful breath at a time. So the next time you feel the wind pick up, don't just hold on. See what you might build with it. Because sometimes the very thing that feels like it's knocking you over is actually what's moving you forward. Until next time, make the most of every moment, and remember to live right now.
Thanks for being part of Live Right Now. If you like what you've heard, I encourage you to like and follow the podcast on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform, and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration today. Join the conversation on our Facebook page or email me your thoughts at the address in the show notes. I'm Allan. Until next time, make the most of every moment and remember to live right now.